I don't care if you're saving 10,000 lives. Certain type of deviancy should not be tolerated whatsoever. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So this is Problems with the Conscious Community, and obviously it takes a lot to get up here on platforms like this and speak and try to help your people. So I first and foremost want to say thank you to the conscious community for trying to wake us up and trying to help us. But there are certain things that I need to address that I've noticed that is not okay, and we need to call out in order to get better, right? So one, don't take yourselves too seriously. So I noticed a lot of people in general, this is for everybody, whether have a sense of ego, a sense of pride, even we have to learn how to not take the criticism so seriously. We're just people, imperfect, flawed people, and sometimes we have to add a little bit of lightheartedness to what we do because it's such serious stuff we're talking about. There needs to be a balance. So I say don't take yourself too seriously. Righteous judgment. I talked about that on one of my last videos. Some of y'all, when you are conscious and biblically you kind of know more than others, you tend to wield that like a weapon. And to me, when I take certain scriptures, the only person we should be judging is ourselves. It's that whole man in the mirror thing. So I think sometimes we learn about all these laws and all these rules and things like that, and we focus our attention on our neighbor and trying to tell our neighbor what to do or not to do when we're not even looking at what this person is doing or not doing. So my main focus is that I'm staying obedient. And then use your testimony and use you to guide others. But the whole judgment thing and pointing out and you're doing this wrong and you're doing this wrong and you idiots, because we can stop that. The condescending amine, I don't need to explain it. There's no space for that here when we're talking about especially religious and spiritual things. We should try to move with love as much as possible. I'm not the turn the other cheek type of person. So if someone's coming at me with fire, you're allowed to defend yourself. But I just don't think we should attack people. Prove everything you know, and prove you know everything. And coupled with this is never admit when you're wrong. We are all learning and growing. We are all children in this process. Our Father is all-knowing. We will make mistakes, and that's okay, but admit them. Sometimes our leaders think that admitting mistakes shows weakness and shows that you can't lead. Absolutely not. That's a sign of a good leader. Honesty, transparency. Yeah, so I combine those two. Won't admit when you're wrong. You know who you are. Shallowness, fit into a box. This is something I don't see people talk about this a lot, but this is something that I need to address. I think sometimes when we hear like black consciousness or, woke or things like that, you have to fit into this box of like what you wear, how you wear your hair, the words you use. I know some people are like, there's all these memes about grand rising, and I just want us to be careful not to limit ourselves. We can be ourselves, who, the Most High made us to be, in our uniquenesses, in our differences, and still have the same goal. So I don't think it's one size fits all, whether I have my hair permed or have my hair natural, or whether I have whatever, doesn't change what's in my head and what's in my heart and how I praise the Most High. So we shouldn't be so shallow, one, to judge other people by the way they look, and then two, how we need to fit into when we're moving in alignment. Yes, there's certain things that we should and shouldn't be doing, but we don't have to act monolithic. Cool? Talk over actions, and I have to call myself out over this because in this growing process and learning of all the different things that I'm supposed to be doing to stay in alignment, sometimes it's easier to talk about it than to actually do it. So I'm just calling on all of us. Make sure our actions speak louder than us talking. Talking to myself. Just negative overall. I feel like there's a lot of negative energy. I see a lot of Blackish conscious people attacking each other and beefs and different things and trying to tear each other down and crab in a barrel mentality. And, you know, if you believe in me, then you can't believe in him. And I don't see that at all. We all can coexist even in our differences. So that negative overall energy that's in the space, I think that needs to be gone today. There's one other thing that's like, I can't believe I'm mentioning this, but you know me. I gotta say what's on my mind. The sexual deviance that is somewhat permeating in this space. And the most recent one is Brother Polight. Whether someone did or did not do it, I do not know. But I know that I'm not the court system. The court system has to see you as innocent until proven guilty. I actually was working on a reality show for Brother Polight. And his wife, the wife that's accused him of molesting her daughter, called me and alerted me to this the day that the story broke all over the internet and all over the news. And let me tell you, the things this woman told me, in my spirit and my heart, I believe her. Whether he did or did not do it, I do not know. But I believe that woman, and it sickened me, the things that I heard, and I dropped out of the project. And then I did more research on him, and one of his biggest mentors is Dr. York, and obviously Dr. York is in jail, I believe, for child molestation charges. And yes, do people who are fighting for our people and Black conscious people and Black activists and Pan-Africanists, are they set up a lot? Absolutely. Are they targets? Absolutely. But just because that is so doesn't mean that anyone in the space is void of being a deviant. And what I realize is, and this isn't just Black conscious community, it spans into religion and spirituality, and our religious leaders, our spiritual leaders. There's a very close line with kind of being all-knowing and invincible and almost feeling that you are the Most High. And I think with power and with all sorts of things that comes with knowledge, people can be led astray, good or bad, and it can go to people's head and they can feel like they can do whatever they want to do. Or I don't know. Honestly, I don't know this one, but it does need to be highlighted and pointed out that we need to start scrutinizing the whole child molestation perverseness that's underlying. Am I saying that everyone in this category does that? Absolutely not. I'm just saying there's certain trends and patterns, even the fact that Dr. York and then his mentee, let me make it clear. Anyone who inappropriately touches children, I personally believe you should get the death penalty. I am not the Most High, so don't listen to me. But I'm just letting you know. It's disgusting and should not be tolerated. And I think the more that we're able to point out some of our wrongs, and yes, we need to point out all the beautiful things in the Black conscious community, and they are there. And, you know, I see us making progress where, you know, and I see people dedicating their lives. Even like on the bigger scale, I see a lot of people attack and hate on, and this is something that I don't like about the community, the scrutiny that you put our leaders under. And so even just on like the people that are popular on social media and the activists like the Tamika Mallorys, the Shaun Kings, the way y'all scrutinize them and hold them to an unrealistic level of perfection is not fair. To me personally, I've seen no wrong that Shaun King does. I've seen no wrong that Tamika Mallory does, even if I don't agree with everything. It takes a lot to dedicate your life to the struggle. And I don't like actually even using the word struggle because words manifest things. So it takes a lot to dedicate your life to the upliftment of our people. So let's give them some grace. Cool. That's all. Love y'all.